Your content isn't the problem. The way you're talking about yourself is costing new clients. And if you are an image consultant who's been posting consistently, showing up, sharing your work, and still not attracting the premium client, this is a video that's going to change how you approach every single piece of content you created from this point forward. I'm going to give you 3 specific content type that build authority, create belief, and convert high-value clients without ever feeling like herself. And before we get into all of that, if you are serious about building a luxury positioning strategy and attract a high-value client, go join Styles Business right now. Daily insights waiting for you that go deeper. The link is right below this video. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the one core problem, because until you understand this, nothing else I share today will land the way it should. Most image consultants write content about themselves. I offer wardrobe audit. I provided color analysis. I help with the personal styling. That language is all about you. And premium clients are looking for a result. This is a critical distinction the most image consultant completely miss it. Here's a reframe that changes everything. Your client doesn't care that you do color analysis. They care that they show up the meeting looking the part. They don't care that you do a wardrobe edit. They care that they walk in the room and the people take them seriously before they say a single word. When you write your content through the lens of what your client actually gets, everything shifts. Your content stops sounding like a service menu and starts sounding like a solution to the real urgent problem. So here's your first action before we go any further. Go back to your last 5 pieces of content right now and ask yourself, is that about what I do or is it about what my clients get? If the answer is most about what you do, that's your first fix. Rewrite the benefit, lead with the outcome, then build backward to offer. The single shift will immediately change how premium clients respond to your content. Now let's talk about the 3 content types that do the heavy lifting for you. The first content type is educational content. This is where that you teach your audience something genuinely useful, and doing so, you prove that you know exactly what you're talking about. Here are the 5 formats that works really well for the image consultant. Step-by-step how to content, before and after back breakdowns, framework that you actually use with your clients, common mistakes paired with a solution, and case study with a lesson pulled out clearly. Each of these formats give your audience something valuable, and every time they walk away having learned something from you, their trust in you grows. Thinking about image consultant who posts a before and after breakdown of a client wardrobe, not just the photos, but the reasoning. Why this silhouette signals authority in her industry. Why the particular choice was quietly undermining her credibility. That level of detail doesn't just show what changed. It shows the thinking behind the change. And that thinking is exactly what premium clients are investing in. They are not investing in clothes. They are investing in your expertise, your eye, your strategic mind. The most powerful educational content for attracting high-value clients significantly is the framework content. When you show a structured process, something like a outside in method covering audit, address, achieve, you start looking like strategy instead of a stylist. Premium clients invest in a system. They invest in the people who have repeatable, proven method. Framework could do that for you both visually and verbally. They signal that you don't just have a good taste, you have a process. So here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one framework that you already use with the client. And it doesn't have to be complex. It could be just simple as like a 3-step process for building client-facing wardrobe. Name it, map it out. Then create one piece of content that walks your audience through each step. Explain the outcome every stage. That single piece of content can do more for your authority than 10 posts about your offers ever will. Educational content builds trust, but there's a second type of content that does something even more powerful. It makes people feel like you see them in a way that no one else does. It's the content type that most image consultants skip entirely, and exactly why their content gets engagement but not clients. Let's talk about authority content. Authority content is different from the educational content in a very specific way. Educational content teaches. Authority content shifts how someone sees themselves and their situation. It makes them stop middle scrolling thinking that this person gets in the way that no one else actually does. The format that works here are original stories from your own experience. Transforming stories that where you reframe what's possible, reframe the challenge of belief that your client currently hold, and achievement shared in a way that builds credibility without feeling like bragging. Here is an example of a reframe that actually works. Most image consultant clients dress for the job you want. That line being said 1,000 times. But if you frame this like this, the way you dress is either conforming or contradicting what you say about yourself. Every outfit is a statement. The question is whether it's a statement you meant to make it. That reframe stops everyone cold. It makes them think differently. And it positions you as an expert who operates at deeper level than color palette or wardrobe audit. That's the powerful authority content done right. Now achievement is shared as the right way build a trust fast. But the key is to always connect the achievement to the benefit for your audience. Not I land the luxury brand partnership, but rather I just landed a luxury brand partnership because I spent 3 years building client roster that speaks for itself. Here's what the process actually looked like. The achievement become lesson. The lesson build authority. The authority attract a high premium client. That's the sequence. So when was the last time you shared a professional story in your content that had nothing to do with the service and everything to do with what you believe about image and identity? If you can remember, that's the gap worth the filling. Drop your answer in the comment below. I'm curious where most of you are starting from. Here's your action for the authority content this week. Write down one belief that you hold about image consulting that most people in your industry wouldn't push back on. That contrarian view, the reframe, your point of view that makes the people stop and genuinely reconsider what they thought they knew. Turn that into a piece of content. No offer pitch, just a reframe and why you believe it. Watch how differently your audience responds when you show them the perspective that they've never considered before. Now you are getting into third content type. And this is where your content start doing the selling for you without ever feeling like a sales pitch. This is storytelling content. Storytelling content includes client success stories, breakdown of what your offer includes and why, the reasoning behind how you design your offer, testimonial that framed with real context, and personal story with a twist that connects back to a transformation. This is the content that converts because stories that bypass doubts in a way that the feature and the benefit list simply cannot. Consider the image consultant who shared the client story like this. 6 months ago, she walked in our first session wearing clothes that are technically fine, well-made, designer brand, but she told me she felt invisible in meetings. By our third session, she'd been asked to lead a company town hall meeting she would never been offered before. The wardrobe didn't change her ability, it changed how people saw her ability, and that changed everything. The story tells the transformation without talk about the offer. You let the results speak for itself, and premium clients hear exactly what they need to hear. One of the most underused piece of storytelling content is explaining why you design your offer the way you did. Premium clients don't just want the result, they also want to know the thinking behind the process. When you say, I structure my offer this way specifically to address a gap between how my clients see themselves and how the room sees them, you are showing the expertise, intention, and the differentiation all at once. This is much more compelling to someone who has worked with other image consultants and felt like they were just going through the motions. Here to your storytelling action. Pick one client result you're genuinely proud of. Write a story in 3 parts: where they were before, what shifted during their work together, and where they are now. Keep it specific. Real details create real belief. Fake stories create no belief at all. If you have testimonial, pull one specific line from it and build a story around that line. That is your storytelling content for this. Done. Now you have all 3 content types. Let's talk about how you put them together so your content work as a system, not just a series of individual posts. Here's where the most image consultants go wrong even after they understand 3 types. They pick one and stick to it. They post only educational content and they wonder why people engage but never invest. Or they share only client story and they wonder why no one trusts their expertise enough to reach out. The power is in rotation. Education builds trust, authority builds belief, storytelling converts. You need all 3 working together because the different clients are in different stage of their decision-making process at any given time. Simple rotation that works. Week 1, post one piece of educational content, the framework, the common mistake, and each solution and how to break down. Week number 2, post one piece of authority content of reframe, personal story, contrarian view your audience hasn't heard before. Week number 3, post one piece of storytelling content, client result, testimonial with the context, or breakdown of your offer and the thinking behind it. Then repeat. This rotation means every type of potential premium client, whether they are in research mode or they are like a doubting mode or ready to invest mode, get the content built for exactly where they are. So here's your final action. Map out your next 3 pieces of content right now. One educational, one authority, one storytelling. Write the topic for each. You don't have to create them today, just plan them, to plan it out. That plan is the beginning of a content system that attracts the premium client on repeat without you ever having to guess what to post next. Your content has never been a problem. The strategy behind it has been, and now you have the strategy. If you want to go even deeper on the luxury positioning, high value client attraction, and building a premium image consulting business, join Styles Business today. There's a daily insight that I built specifically for image consultants who are serious about operating at the top of this industry. The link is right below in this video. Go join Style Business now and I will see you inside. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Have a great day.